Okay, guys, we are super, super, super excited today to have Sonya Dudley with us. When I started, I cannot believe almost 5 years ago, we didn't have all the team pages and all the trainings and all this stuff, but Sonya had done all these trainings on YouTube. And so she was one that I watched. And I literally remember meeting her at convention. It was my first convention. And she has just become a sweet friend. She's so encouraging. I mean, after our diamond trip this year, I told her, I don't know if you even remember me telling you this, but she just encourages me. Like, just talking to her, she just makes everything okay. And so she's so precious. And I know that she's come, like I said, I'm in Nebraska. I know she's come out here and done a meeting in Nebraska, and everybody fell in love with her. And so anyways, we're going to let her have the entire time for the Zoom today. And so if y'all have any questions, if we have time, put them in the chat and we'll get to them if we have time. Okay. So take it away, Sonya. Thank you so much for being on.
Thank you, Beth. What a sweet introduction. And I do remember that, and that always makes me feel good to hear that I encourage someone, because that's kind of always my purpose. I was in a company for years, and they taught us that just pretend that everyone around them has a sign that says "Make me feel important," and that's probably one of the first lessons I learned in network marketing. And so I always took that and really took that to heart. Because people really don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. So it's all about making people feel important. So thank you for that. I know, I can't believe I've been in, now Beth, tell me how long is your Zoom so that I can stop long enough to answer some questions?
We go up to an hour. So we don't have to go an hour, but we go up. I always allow an hour. So
all right, sure. I'll probably talk 20 to 30, and then or 30, and then we'll do Q&A. That's perfect.
Perfect.
But let me tell you my story, just in case. I want to do some highlights of it, just in case some of you don't know, some important things. So many people like to compare their journey to different people, and I do that. I'm still bad to do that. It's just normal as human beings that we want to compare ourselves. But I will tell you that, I hit diamond in 10 months, but I didn't really. It really took me 24 years. I've been in network marketing 29 years. That's a long time to be doing what I'm doing. I took a 7-year break. Let me back up. I started network marketing. I was a freshman in college. It put me through college. I loved it. I went to my first convention after I'd been in a little bit, and I caught the vision that this was what I wanted to do for the rest of my life. I heard women stand on stage that said, if you can encourage it, if you help enough other people get what they want, you'll get what you want. And I thought, and these were women that, at the time, this was in oh my goodness, my first convention with them was 1991. Yeah, 91, yeah. And I remember these women were making, anywhere from 80 to, 150,000 a year, some of them 200,000 back then. There was only a handful making that back then. And I thought, wow, they're making great money. Their hearts are right. They're just out to help people. I thought, this is pretty neat. So I came home, quit college my senior year. Don't do that. If you're in college and you're on here, don't do that. But I did. I needed 21 hours to graduate. I came home and told my parents, I'm not going back. I'm going to earn a car in 4 months, and I'm not going back. And so that's what I did. I earned my car, didn't go back, and did that with that one company for 17 years, and I loved it. But there was a lot of inventory involved. It changed all the time, so I was constantly buying more. I didn't have to have, but we were encouraged to have a lot of help. So I had a secretary. I paid someone to do a newsletter. I had a housekeeper, which don't ever get rid of one of them. I have that now. I don't like to clean house, never have. So, but my point is, I had more going out than coming in. Okay, a lot of debt. I had to do a lot of parties, and it was almost like I would, we would gain 6 or 8 people in a month. That would be what we would grow by, 6 or 8, but then I'd lose 4. So I really grew by 2. And it was so hard because I had to get people to the bank with $2,000 and $3,000 and $4,000. So I got really burnt out after 17 years. Kind of lost my belief a little bit in network marketing. I still had a dream that I wanted to do this, but I felt like, you know what? I'm just going to go to work for somebody else. I got really sick. When I gave up that business, I got really sick. Stress had, I feel like, caused a lot of that. And for 2 years, I just tried to get better. And in that 2 years of trying to get better, I did pursue 2 more network marketing companies. Yeah. And I just said I lost my dream about it. I did, but these were different, you know, no parties, whole different ballgame. And I thought, I'm going to do this. So I always knew that, and I'll say this to you, if God has given you a desire in your heart and you're a daydreamer and you sit around and you think about, I want more. I want more for my family. I want to be home. I want to give more. I want to do more for my family, for my friends. I want to travel. I want more. Then I'm here to tell you, he's given you this opportunity to make that happen. And the only reason, well, not the only reason, the only roadblock, that's the word I'm looking for, the only roadblock is yourself and your mind. Your mind does not know the difference between the truth and a lie. Your brain is a computer. It's just a computer. That's all it is. It doesn't decipher. You know, on a day when you look in the mirror and you go, oh, my hair looks horrible. It's awful. It's terrible. And then the next minute someone goes, oh my gosh, Sonya, I love your hair. Who does your hair? And you're like, wait a minute. See, the truth is that you know, the truth is probably something that's not what you're saying. Who is to decipher that? So we have to replace all that garbage, all that I'm not good enough, I'm not smart enough. Who am I to do this? What's my family going to say? We got to replace that junk with the truth that we want our mind to take on. Because again, your mind has a choice and it just believes whatever you put in because it's just a computer. It doesn't stop you and say that's not true. It buys into it, whether it's true or not. It saves it and it retrieves it every time you have a familiar thought. It attaches to that every time. And until you clear that out to where there's nothing to attach it to, it's going to be there and it's going to attach every familiar negative thought. Okay? So I kind of had some negative feelings about network marketing, especially after doing 3 or 4. And so when my best friend, Helen McFadden of now almost 20, it'll be 25 years next year, she said, okay, I know, you know, we've said we're never going to do it again, but you have to hear me out on this one. She said, you know how strong I feel about it. Like we made fun of people that did network marketing. People would walk into my work where I sold mobile homes. They would get me in a trailer, me trying to sell them a mobile home, and then they would like try to get me in their network marketing. And I would come back in and I would call Helen. I go, you're not going to look, these crazy people, they trap me in a trailer. They come in there acting like they want to buy a home, and they're just wanting to get me to sell candles. Like, these people are crazy. They're like, that was our talk and our mindset a month before Plexus. Ask her. So to say I was skeptical and negative when she said, we're going to do it again. Yeah, no way. So she said, here's the deal. What do we have to lose? Try the products. I think they're going to help you. It's $35 to start. We'll get a welcome kit, which is just our product. If it doesn't work, we don't have to tell anybody what we're doing. And I said, oh, you got that right. I'm not telling a soul till I try these products. And that was me. I got the products in September the 12th, I think was my first day, maybe 4th, I don't know. The products drastically changed my world in a week. Whole world upside down. Discomfort in my body, gone. No cravings for sweets, Cokes, no more Cokes. Energy, like crazy. Slept all night, first time in years. And my cholesterol, I had it checked, and it went down 51 points the first 4 weeks I was on Plexus. So I started telling people. And here's what I want to say to you about that. You got to be bold. You got to be bold. You've got to say, Beth, listen, I've got to tell you about these products. You don't have to buy them, but I've got to tell you about them because you're probably going to know somebody that these can change their world. I mean, they've done so much for me. I'm going to tell you about them. Now, it's going to be rare that people say, no, I'm not interested in hearing about that. Not when you're that passionate. What we tend to do is we tend to do two things with that. We tend to tiptoe around what we really want to say to somebody because of all that garbage going around in our head. What are they going to think of me? Oh, she's going to think I'm crazy. She's not going to want this. She feels great. She doesn't have any healthy. We just start deciding for people, okay? We pretend like we know everything about everyone. All we need to do is stop that. The second thing we need to stop is, I'd love to tell you about these products. I know you have diabetes and they help with that. And they go, oh, yeah, I've been looking for something. And you go, oh, okay, let me tell you. It does this, it has this ingredient, Oh, my gosh, let me give you 9 things to read. So we either are too meek about it, worried about what they're going to think, and we don't really say what we want to say, which is, I got to tell you about these products. I don't care if you buy them or not, but you probably know people that it's going to change their world, and I've got to tell you about them. Or we vomit Plexus. We do one of the two things. We have got to say what we want to get what we want. We also have to create positive affirmations that draws what we want to us. Some of you just shut down and you just said, well, I'm off here. I'm going to watch the count go down on the participants because you said that's far out. Well, here's the deal. It's not far out. It's biblical. It's biblical and it's scientific that you reap what you sow, that you plant corn and you don't get beans, you will get corn. So if you tell yourself all day long, I'm not good enough, well, congratulations. Your mind is going to go to work to make sure you feel those feelings all day long. We have to override our feelings because our feelings, if I went by my feelings, I wouldn't have went to the gym today. I don't like the gym. But I'm 48 and I know how I feel and I know how I fight with myself. I know how mad I am. I know how I don't fit in my clothes. Like, why don't we fight what our spirit knows we want to do? Why don't we do that? I hope you've read the book 5-Second Rule by Mel Robbins. If you have not read 5-Second Rule by Mel Robbins, you can, her Audible, I don't have the book, I have it on Audible. She is so funny to listen to. It is so life-changing. Please get that book. Yes, thank you for putting that there. Great, incredible, easy read, worth every minute. You won't be able to put it down. Can change your fighting with yourself like that. But if, this morning I was on the treadmill and we've been trying to get rid of my mother. My mother-in-law passed away September 5th, and we're trying to get rid of her 2 house dogs. And we found a family last week, and that's great. Well, they called last night, and they need to bring them back today because they're just not used to kids and blah, blah, blah. So it's like my world was busted last night because it's a lot of work on me right now, having to take care of two dogs that don't live here. So I started saying affirmations this morning. I was on the treadmill and I'm like, oh my gosh, I have the best family calling me today to take the dogs. They are so excited about the dogs. They want to keep them together. They love the dogs and the dogs love them. In fact, I have so many people calling that I get to make the decision on who takes the dogs. Like I started saying that, like having a conversation about that with my brain. Now, if you don't think you have a subconscious mind, then you need to Google subconscious mind. There's probably 1,000 books about it. We do have a subconscious mind. Here's some proof of the pudding. How come you say, I don't watch TV, your family's watching it, and you can repeat a stupid commercial or a jingle that's on a commercial. And you're like, why is that in my head? I don't even know that. That's right, you don't. But your subconscious picked it up as it was playing over and over and over for 2 weeks on the TV. You have a subconscious mind. And when people say, I don't have time to do affirmations, you don't have time not to do affirmations if you want to change your world. You don't. Stop complaining to me. If you don't tell me you hate what's going on in your life and you wish this, and are you doing affirmations? You're not. Okay, congratulations. Then you're getting what you want. So you must change your computer and the input to get a different output. Okay? You can sit and put your makeup on in the morning, or you can be on the treadmill, or you can be driving down the road or cooking in your kitchen, and you can play your affirmations and you don't have to pay attention to them. I used to, long time ago, this is when we had something called cassette tapes. And there was a cassette tape called an endless loop cassette tape. And I would record my affirmations and my challenges on there. And I would play those all night. We didn't have little earbuds. They were headphones. I would put those headphones on and I would go to sleep listening to my affirmations. Now, I would wake up in the night, to go to the bathroom or whatever, and I would turn it off. But I always got between 3 and 5 hours of reprogramming my mind. That was the best year. The first year I did it was the best year. Like, it took my business. We won the Pink Cadillac. I was in Queens Court of Sales. We did Unit Club. Yeah, like it was like the best year ever. And I tell you that to say, I didn't change anything else at all. I didn't go buy a new planner. I didn't say, oh, I just need a new planner. Oh, I need to make a new plan. I need to talk to more people. I didn't do that. I would be like out and about and like, oh, you must be in a business like that. And they'd be like, well, how'd you know? Like, people just coming up talking to me. Things just started happening in my business. And every day I'd go, how did that happen? Oh my gosh. Your subconscious mind will go to work making it happen for you. Please don't question it. Please trust me on it. Research it. It works. It's biblical and it's scientific. And if you're sick and tired of being sick and tired of being sick and tired of being sick and tired, you will not question it. You will just say, you know what? I'm going to take the next 30 days. I'm going to sit down today, and over the next 24 hours, I'm going to write down all my fears, all my challenges, all the garbage that plays over in my head, and I'm going to write counteracting statements in present tense that counteract it. So if some of the garbage that goes through your head is, I've never made more than $1,000 a month. I just don't think I could ever do that. It's great for other people, but I can't see myself doing that. I can't see myself successful. Then you need to say things like, it feels so empowering to be a very successful business person. I love the confidence I have. I love the confidence I have every day. In fact, I'm so confident that people come to me all the time wanting to know what I'm doing. It is very easy and simple for me to earn $4,000 or more a month. Whatever that figure you want to plug in. I love that I'm a top income producing earner in Plexus. It feels great to be that person. In fact, because I am that person, I'm able to teach other people how to do that. What a great feeling. My family is so proud of me that I'm earning enough to pay our bills, save money, and take them on vacation, and more. Always use the words and more and at least. Like, if you say I love making $10,000 a month, always say at least $10,000 a month. If you don't, one year I got stuck and I was making a certain figure, and it's because I said, I can't wait to make $5,000 a month. Well, I was stuck at that. Well, my mind I mean, of course I was stuck at that. I didn't say or more. Your mind is literal. It takes everything literal. It didn't say that's not good enough, or it doesn't say, Sonya, you are pretty today. Don't say that about yourself. Whatever you say, your mind goes to work to make it happen and to believe it. Okay? All right. I don't even know where I got off 15 minutes ago, but I feel like God knows what he's doing. So yeah, I was telling people about Plexus. 10 weeks later, I was able to quit my job. 10 weeks later, I quit my job November 26th, and I hit gold at the end of November. And I had not quite replaced my income, but I knew I was supposed to go for this. And my husband said, okay, I mean, I'm trusting you here. Like, we got to pay the mortgage next month with your check. And I'm like, I know, we got this. And it happened. And then I hit Emerald in March and Diamond in July. And I never questioned that we didn't have catalogs. We didn't have videos. We might have had Sheila Medina, she sponsored Helen, who sponsored me the same day. So Sheila was kind of my mentor. Sheila had a couple videos. That was it. We had about 30, maybe 40, 50 employees. We had no clinical trials. We had 4 products. We had 4 products. We really didn't have compliance. We should have. It's a wonder we didn't get shut down. We could say anything we wanted. Holy cow. I was having people in my little town that was having die-off. Well, I didn't know what die-off was. So when they'd say, I'm throwing up, or I'm in the emergency room because I've got high blood pressure. Well, I didn't know you didn't give somebody that old accelerator that had high blood pressure. We didn't know anything. And I mean, I live in a small town. Rumors spread. That Plexus stuff's going to kill you. Like, I could have quit, y'all. We didn't have what we have today. We are on the basement floor. Do y'all know that I'm on the International Advisory Board, and I got to meet with an international contractor whose contract, right now, we're contracting him to help us open countries because obviously it's new to us, right? This guy has 40 years experience. He's opened 37 countries for other network marketing companies. An amazing guy. Doesn't need to work. He has plenty of money. Doesn't need to work. He said, Plexus culture is unlike anything I've ever seen. He said, also, I've only seen a handful of companies in 40 years that financially is as sound and stable as Plexus. And we're only 8 years old in Plexus, and we're going to hit probably $600 million this year, and we're not even in another country. He said that's so rare. That happens like on one hand. So, guys, you're in the right place at the right time. He said this too, that, and I'd rather you not go put this as a quote that somebody from Plexus said, just because, I'd just rather you not. But he said, we're only, and he didn't say the word saturated, but he said really good. He said the word penetrated, but, okay, here I'm going to say the word penetrated. He said we're penetrated in 11 states, okay? That's it, 11 states. That means we're not saturated. And all these countries to go in. We're going to hit Canada. Canada will be our first official country that we're going to be in. We're going to be in Canada the first quarter of the year, and there'll be many, many more to come after that. We had a great conversation about the next countries, and he told us the strategy of why, y'all, all I can say is it's just all good. So I want to address the back office change. I want to address that right now with you. I was. Some of you may not have been here 2 years ago when we had the info tracks, but that was a nightmare, and it was not in house. We knew that this new one that we got, Genesis, I knew there would be some major glitches, because when you're trying to switch over a system with this many people and this many functions, it's always gonna take some time. Here's what I'm gonna say to you. Learn to only get worked up about things that are in your control. You can control your attitude. You can control how you react to things. You can control your activity. You can control your effort. You cannot control what's not happening in the back office. I'm not even going back there. I don't even go in there right now. Now, when I have a customer wanting to sign up, then I deal with that issue right then. Okay, let's try to sign you up where we just switched back offices. It could be a challenge. I'm going to walk you through it. If we have a challenge, we're going to get through it. I'm asking for your patience. And I just deal with one issue at a time. Otherwise, go out, meet some people, follow up on Facebook with people, build some new relationships with people, follow up with your customers, do a Zoom for your team, work on yourself personally, whatever I just did with the book. Work on yourself personally. Where'd the book go? Okay, that's weird. Oh, there it is. I'm like, where did it go? But let go of what's out of your control. You will feel better. Do some deep breathing. Know we're going to get through it. We're pioneering a company. I will tell you that when I was in Mary Kay, a wonderful company, by the way, I wouldn't be where I'm at today without it. I promise you that. It would have took me a lot longer. But I will tell you that after 35 years in the business, now they're at 54 years right now, I believe. 63 was the year they opened. So at 35 years in, they had 500,000 team members. Okay, we have about 600 now at 8 years in. They were in 29 countries, and they had over 200 products. They also hit, I believe, now I don't want y'all to quote me on this, but I believe that's the year. No. At their 33rd year, they hit 1 billion. Their 33rd year in, they hit 1 billion. Okay, we're 8 years in, and we're probably going to hit around 600 or close to it. I'm going to guess in 2 to 3 years we'll hit 1 billion. That's going to be a 10, 11 year mark. Do y'all hear me? Do you hear me? I hope you hear me. We're a legacy company. We're not going anywhere. Some of you won't be with us in 6 months because you won't be able to withstand the challenges of the back office, the challenges of pioneering a company. You have to get to a place of emotional maturity where you decide, I'm in it. I ain't going nowhere. And I'm going to withstand everything. This is making me tougher. I'm going to pour into myself. I'm going to do the 21 laws of leadership, John Maxwell, and I'm going to become a dynamic leader and raise my law of the lid. And I've lost a lot of good people. I've lost several jewels through several things. Hey, how about this one? How about a company comes through and takes some of your people? Well, guess what? I've probably lost 10 jewels minimum to other companies. Good riddance. Good riddance. You've got to clean out. You've got to filter out. Let them go. Plexus is not for everyone. Let them go. Don't burn bridges, but let them go. You're going to lose people to that. You're going to lose people to challenges. It's just the people business. Here's the best news and the worst news of your day. People are the best part of your business, and people are the worst part of your business. How about that? It's true, right? Don't you love people, hate people? Don't you? Aren't there days you go, man, that's a smart lady, and then there's days you go, that is the dumbest person. Like, that's the dumbest person ever. Like, they're stupid. Like, y'all, I'm just being real with you. I just want to choke people some days. Or I go, how could people be so stupid? Like, there's really that many stupid people in the world. And then there's days I go, wow, how could I love so many people? People are amazing, and I'm crying with people. You've got to learn that when you're working in a people business, you're going to feel these emotions, and you have to learn to become emotionally mature to handle these people. good and bad. And that starts with you pouring into your own self-image, your own self-belief, to where no one can shake you. No one can shake you. I have something right now, a new one going through my little town. Well, see, I know everybody in my little town. And so, honey, it's all over my newsfeed. My kids come home, both of them. What's that? And they can't even pronounce it. Well, that's all over the newsfeed. I'm like, it's fine. It'll come and go. It's a binary, and it's a big buy-in, and they pay you a lot up front, and it's new, and everybody thinks that Plexus is, in my town, they think Plexus is saturated, and but we can do this company and be a Sonya, and that's all great. And I say, let them do it. Give them a chance. It's so funny, but it doesn't bother me anymore. You have to get to that point, okay? And it takes years, and it takes a lot of books and tapes and seminars and workshops. It does. Look at the 5 people that influence you the most. And I'm going to give you some homework this week if Jen and Beth doesn't mind this. I want you to look at the 5 people that influence you the most. Maybe, and that's going to be the people that are around you the most. And I want you to pay attention, be aware of all the negative things that come out of their mouth this week. So your husband says, this is just my luck. Oh, something happens. Well, it's always this way with me. I can't ever get a break. We ain't going to make it till Friday. We're always broke. I want you to pay attention to all that around you and jot it down. You've got to learn to start canceling those things out when people say it, to not let it seep in, to say something to counteract it, even if you whisper it. You cannot let it seep in. If you're tired of being broke, you better be making some affirmations about it. See, it's easy to be broke because I was comfortable. No, I say comfortable. Familiarity is easy and comfortable, even if it's miserable. Familiarity, however you say that, is comfortable and easy, even if it's miserable. And I was miserable, but I knew how to do that. I knew how to write a check, hope that the paycheck went in before the check got to the bank. I knew how to do that. You have to work on that mindset because none of you have to be broke. Money is flowing to you every day. Your checking account is overflowing with money right now. That's the things you have to be saying, okay? Okay, I'm going to shut my big flapper because I'm on a roll. And it is 5 after, and I'm going to allow you guys I'm going to look at the chat to see what kind of questions we got because I love to answer questions. I love it.
Sonya, while you're looking at that, I'm just going to talk. You are amazing. Like, seriously, people are texting and chatting, and I'm over here in my head saying amen about 500 times to everything that you're saying. So thanks.
It's just experience. It's just lessons and experience. It's nothing amazing. It's just, it's a life lived it, and I want to pass it on, but thank you so much.
And one thing that you did touch on that I love to touch on is, back in the day, and you were a few months ahead of me, we didn't have anything, and we could say whatever we wanted, and we had no clue what we were doing or what, for some of us, what we were taking or any of that. And we didn't make it difficult, right?
Right.
We just did it, and we didn't have to know everything. For goodness sakes, I still don't know so much about, how to even say some of the ingredient words. Right.
It lays right here.
That's all you need right there, right? And so, I want to encourage everybody on the Zoom and everybody watching, you don't have to learn it all right now. Learn and grow yourself for sure. Absolutely. But take this opportunity and run with it, because if you don't, somebody else is going to, and you're going to miss out. And so anyways, thank you for touching on that, because it is the truth. It is.
Keep it simple. People say, well, what's in that pink stuff? And I go, well, it's a green plant-based product. Tastes like Kool-Aid. Tastes like watermelon, lemon. It's all natural. It's amazing. And if you need ingredients, I can get them for you.
Yeah.
Honestly, that's what I say. I couldn't pronounce. I think there's something alpha lipoic. I can say that.
Yes.
But that's about as fancy as this country will get. So,
Fancy
all right. So, what has been your biggest obstacle, and how did you overcome it? Wow. I will tell you that one solid year, I went back 3,500 points as a diamond. I went back 3,500 points in a year. So every month I went back a few hundred points. It would have really been easy to let fear creep in. When you lose 3,500 points, it would. But I took that time to say, okay, I need to grow me, because I was getting fearful, and I'm like, I've got to grow me. I've got to realize that this is more about maybe me and what I'm not willing to do. So that's actually when I went and did the John Maxwell stuff and poured into myself for like 6 months. I just soaked in. I was online doing all his modules, and I was growing myself and doing raising my leadership lid. And it also raised my emotional maturity to where I learned how to conquer. This is part of the business, going backwards. And I've went up ever since. But I mean, I've had down months. You always will fluctuate in a business like this. But I'm just saying, like, I learned how to get on top of that. So I would say that was probably my biggest obstacle in this business, Terry, in this company. How do you overcome those family members, Denise? How do you overcome those family members that are close, like mom, dad, sister, brother, that think I'm crazy for making this happen for me, and negative feedback from them? It's tough, right? You totally have to make affirmations, that they are, deep down, I know that my family is very excited for me. They're just very protective. I realize that what they're saying is to protect me, but I understand that they're really happy for me. Like, you have to lie to yourself, okay? And you also have to know that they are really just being skeptical because they have a story. They have a situation with network marketing. They know somebody that got, taken. It's about what they don't know. It's all about what they don't know. So be okay with that, and don't you think they'd be proud of you? Right, they'd be proud of you. So this is different. It's unfamiliar, and they don't know what they don't know. So give them some grace and just work anyway. Show them, don't talk to them. People say, my husband's not supportive. How do I make my husband supportive? Well, my husband got so tired of me for 17 years, 20 years actually, with the other companies, saying, I'm going to do it. This is the year. I'm going to do it. Da, 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 da. He just wanted me to do it. Show him. Quit talking about it. So go cook them a good meal, take care of them at home, and just go make money. And that's all they need, right? Those 3 things. All right. Yes. Stupid. Yeah, I get it. And close friends who act like I don't even have this job. Elephant in the room. Yeah, that's fun, right? I don't bring it up either. We've got friends like that, and it's the weirdest thing ever. It's the weirdest thing ever. And I don't bring it up. I just think, well, they're so insecure about something that they can't even bring this up. Oh, well, too bad. It's crazy. Again, you can't control other people, right? But you can control your thoughts about it. Don't let it get in your head. It's not about you. It's not personal. Who cares what they think? When you're on your deathbed, are you going to be going, gosh, I remember, if it hadn't been for Julie and John back then, thinking how silly this was. I mean, you're not going to remember. Don't allow that to keep you from reaching your dreams. You're not going to think about them 20 years from now. Okay. Since I don't have a cassette tape, so there's several things. You can use the app called Repeat It Again. Repeat It Again. That is on a iPhone. Think Up is on, I think, iPhone and Droid. And then Affirmation Remix is on Droids as well. So any of those 3 you can use. And they just play over and over and over. So good question. Good. Oh, hey, Alicia. Oh, I love Alicia. I forget she's above what? You, Beth?
She's my level one.
She's under you.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. It's hard to keep up.
Oh,
You're right under, are you Celeste level 1?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
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 Okay, gotcha. All right. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you can't talk people into anything. You can't make people. You just got to show them, and good job. All right.
Sonya, I have a question.
All right. Yes.
It's kind of hard for me to type right now, but what were your favorite affirmations that you were using when you had your best year in Mary Kay? Like, what were you saying to yourself? What were you listening to every night?
I would say things like, because I'll tell you, I kind of struggled with, I struggled because I was young, and I struggled with how am I going to talk to business women. So a lot of my affirmations were more about, like everywhere I go, strong business women are attracted to me. It is very easy and comfortable for me to pick up the phone and call anyone on my list. I have no fear about talking to anyone. I'm the most confident person that I know. And y'all, there's a fine line. This is trying to reprogram. I didn't believe all this yet, and I still am not. I don't believe it now, but I'm way more confident than I ever was. And so it gives. So I said things like that. I said, it is easy for me to talk to at least 5 new people or more a day. So I would look at my goals for the day for my IPAs, and I would always implement, it is easy for me to follow up with 5 or more customers a day. My phone rings off the wall with new business. People, I would say people in my small town are so proud of me, because things that I had issues with, like, what are people going to think about me in my small town if I make a lot of money? So I would say things like that. So the things that you have an issue with, write them down, and then just make a statement that counteracts it. It needs to be present tense, as is, not I can't wait to be an emerald. Not I can't wait to. I love that I am an emerald on or before March 1st. It feels so good to be doing everything I need to be doing right now to hit that goal on or before March 1st. I am not a procrastinator. In fact, I jump out of bed every day excited about working on my goals. It comes so easy to me. I have triple the money I need in my bank account, so therefore I have no stress in my life. Have no financial stress in my life because I have triple the money we need in my bank account. These things like that. How do you, Okay, how can we do this with 3 very small kiddos, 4, 2, and 4 months, with the demands of them? How can we do the business with free? Well, you have to do, if it were me, I would just have to I would have to say, okay, if I worked for someone else, I would have to have a babysitter. So I don't work for someone else, but I want to make the money like I do work for somebody else and more. So I'm going to have to hire someone for 2 hours a day, however many days a week, or 4 hours, 2 days a week, or, decide I'm going to put in 15 hours. Do I want someone 3 days a week for 5 hours? And I used to do this, and I can tell you that when I was paying somebody and I didn't have the money, that I made sure I was going to make money while they were there. Like, I was going to sell some product. I was going to book some parties. I was going to get new leads. Like, it was scary, but you don't grow in that circle. You grow outside of that circle. So I had to step outside of that circle and take a chance. It was not easy. I bartered a lot with people. I wanted to get my nails done so bad, and I bartered. I found someone who would barter, and they traded product for nails. So, get creative. How bad do you want it? How bad do you want it? So Denise, that was what I'd say to you. How bad do you want it? You'll figure it out. Bless your soul, because I can't tell you how I would do it with a 4, 2, and 4-month-old, because that'd be hard. I would have to have a sitter. So that's my advice. How best advice for training newbies? Let them watch you work. Do the John Maxwell 5 laws of leadership, 5 levels of leadership. Do it yourself. I don't know them offhand. I'd have to look back at my notes. But don't stop when you have 20 team members thinking you have a big team to work. You don't. You keep doing what you did to get to 20. You find 2 or 3 or 4 that want to get to silver, and you help them. Then you help them get to gold, and you help them by letting them watch you work and just asking them lots of questions. What do you want, Susie? How can I help you with your business? Oh, okay. You don't know if you can meet new people. How can you meet new people? Like, coach them, help them break through. Don't tell them what to do, because it ain't going to work. Help them break through by coaching them. I plan on doing another course in January. I'm kind of doing a part 2 on what I came to teach in Nebraska virtually, because there's just so much more that could be taught. Gosh, a lot of this stuff makes me think of what is coming. How do you keep your team motivated and get a fire started under them? You can't really motivate people. You just find more motivated people. Motivation follows action. Action does not follow motivation. So, I remember the days when it was hard to dial this phone. But when I would make myself dial the phone once and I'd get some results, then I was more motivated to keep going. So really, it's kind of like you got fear and you just got to do it anyway. You got to go into action. You create motivation. So you can't, I hate to tell you, but you really can't keep them motivated. You just work. And if they want it bad enough, they're going to watch you. You select those people who are watching and inquisitive and who are doing a little bit, and you say, I would love to work with you to help you reach your goals. What do you want in this business? Or do you want anything in the business? Because if you do, I'm willing to help you. If they say, not really, you say, okay, have a good day. God bless. And you move on. You can't want it enough for people. Yeah, be your own rock star, right? And you'll attract the same. So it's like, you can either pull a horse or you can just get on the horse and ride, It's just some of you are trying to kick those dead horses that are dead in a field, and it's going to be easier for you to go get a new pony and play with the ponies. Just let those horses lay there, and if they want to rot, if they want to just lay there, whatever they want to do, ignore them. You can't motivate them, okay? All right, so that's all.
Sorry, I was unmuting. I had to find. Oh my gosh, awesome. Jen's sitting right next to me. Can you see her? She hopped over here.
Jen, I love Jen with all my soul. We got a soul connection.
Yeah, we do.
But so she keeps hitting me. She's like, yes. And so anyway.
Well, I was sitting across the table and I was getting so excited. I was messaging people, you better be on here. And then I said, I have to look at her while she's talking.
Well, maybe you got some notes you can use with your team, and maybe everybody will take the challenge of, paying attention to the negative thoughts around them for a few days. And I would challenge you all to be writing down your fears, your challenges. Make those affirmations, and don't try anything different. If you're doing your IPAs, just trust that will work, and do it as a team. Keep each other accountable and watch. I had a girl do this last week. She started doing affirmations on Thursday, and on Saturday she said, I can't tell you how my life has changed in 3 days. Yeah. And it's just amazing. So do it.
We just finished What to Say When You Talk to Yourself book study on our team, and we watched your videos too, and a month in, it's life-changing. A month in, talking to myself in the shower, talking to myself throughout my house out loud.
Yeah.
It's life-changing. It is.
It is. Hearing your own voice And again, remember, you can play it while you're not paying attention. And that's something I don't do now. I need to get back to doing that. I'm always like, okay, I'm on the treadmill, I'll play them. But I actually could just sit in here and play them. I need to do that.
Jen Ackles said she's going to have her son do affirmations for schoolwork. Okay, no kidding. Last year on the way to school, Luke is not necessarily my math kid, and he had a really, really hard teacher last year. And so I'd be like, okay, you're going to say to me, I love Priel. I'm going to do great on this test. I'm going to make an A on this test. He thought I was nuts. He's too cool for school. But I was like, you have to believe that you can do it. And it's so true. And, all these questions, I just want people to know that, Sonya, myself, all the other diamonds, we all have those family members. We all have those friends who say crazy things and don't support us. Every one of us. There's no trick to that. There's not. You have to just live your life and show them your plexus through your life. And you do. And that's so true. I think sometimes people look at diamonds and think, oh, they don't have those people. Oh, they don't have those struggles. Oh, they don't have that. Because we all started at the exact same place and we all struggle the same way. I believe fully that so much of it is your glass half full or is your glass half empty? How are you going to look at each situation? Just like Sonya said with the back office. How are you going to do that? I'm not stressing it at all. Like, I've gotten in and done what I needed to do. I placed an order. I'm not stressing it. I know that Plexus is going to be amazing. It already is amazing. Yeah. No company could switch over to a back office and not have a glitch. Nobody. And so knowing that in your mind and looking at every situation like that with a positive attitude instead of, well, I can't even log in. Just call customer service. Just chill. All of this, we have to look at positive things. And each of us, from brand new ambassador to Sheila Medina, have struggles with different things. And so, listen to people like Sonya. Listen to their Zooms. Watch them. That's how I learned. That's how I learned to believe in Plexus. That's how I learned to believe that I could be a leader. That's how I learned to believe in network marketing, by watching them and learning from them. Because that's one of my biggest things. I did not believe in network marketing. I did not believe in Plexus. And I for sure didn't believe I could be a leader by any means. And I watched these people who I looked up to, and I tried to learn and imitate them, not in a way that wasn't me. I learned to imitate them in a way that was me. But I took their advice, and knowing that everybody started the same place and has the same struggles, and I learned to believe in all these things. And so do that. This has been an amazing, amazing call. She has 1 million more on her YouTube channel. You can go watch them. That's what I did. Seriously. So anyways, thank you so very much. I know everyone loved this, and we will I will get you the recording when I get it. And guys, we will get the recording to y'all. It may be later today, but I promise we'll get it to you. So y'all have a great, great day. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me on. Love you guys.
Bye.
Bye.